Okay, now that you've created your wiki account and your wiki, you're going to be confronted with this first home page. And we've already gone over all these icons and looked at the navigation bar. So now we want to customize our wiki to meet our needs. So you'll notice that when I click on one of these windows, I get this down arrow. If I click on the down arrow, I see all these options for editing a window. And one of the first things I want to do is I want to get rid of this discussion window because I don't want it in my home page. I might want it later, but I can always add one later, so I'm just going to delete that. Yes, I do. And then I'll deal with this window later. Okay, so let's go to the edit. And you'll notice that the edit bar that comes up is similar to lots of other edit bars that you've seen. So there's no surprise there. So we've got the basic bold, italic, underline. And then this text edit button gives us more options to edit our text. And we'll be working with that in a little bit. If you understand CSS, you can do some fancy manipulation of your wiki there. Header options, and then list options, and this is to insert a horizontal line. Links, we'll be adding links, we'll be adding files. Widget, now there's lots of widgets here, you should take a look at this. And as you can see, there's lots of options to make your wiki sing and dance. And if you understand tables, and so you can manipulate the look and feel of your wiki doing that. And then of course save. So one of the first things I want to do is I want to get rid of all of this. I'm going to delete that, and then I'm going to put in okay. So we want to make this a nice big header. And I want to center that. So alignment, I want it centered. And of course, here's where I can change the text color. We're going to leave it black right now. Change our font. It's fine right now. Okay. Now I'm going to add some text. I've already written some text and saved it in just a basic text editor. Of course, you can just oops. Okay, let's do that again. All right, there we go. One thing you're going to be frustrated with wikis is that editing wikis is kind of tricky, as you can see. So once I get it like this, I want to make sure I save it and save often. Okay, so there's our front page. Okay, now I've got my home page, I've got a header, I've got some text, and now I want to get rid of this event. Yes, I really want to delete this. Okay, let's go back to our home page. I don't want to create a new one. And that event is gone, and I'm just dealing now with my home page. So let's add an image to this to make it a little nicer. So I'm going to go to my editing bar. And I'm going to put my cursor where I want an image. So I want it after the text. That's important to make sure that you put the cursor where you want the image so you don't have to manipulate it later. I'm going to click on File. Then I'm going to click on Upload File. If I have a file listed here, I can insert it. So I have in my pictures, I've created a folder called Digital Lit, and I put an image in there. Click Open. And you can see it's working to upload the file. Remember, we're limited by the 50 megabyte. There's the image. Now what I need to do is just double click on it. There it is. So let's save this. Let's get it saved. Then I can go back and format the page a little better. So as you can see, that's how basically it's how you insert an image. We go over that again. Turn your editing on. Put your cursor where you want the file. So let's you can put this, center it, line it, center. Okay, make sure you save it every time you make a change. All right, now I've got my home page and it's starting to take shape, and I want to add a new page. And since this wiki is about digital learning, important part of digital learning is what's next. So I'm going to create a new page called Next Web. Now one of the things I want to make sure I do is add some text to it so this page sticks. Just want to get some basic formatting down here, and I want to save it. Make sure you save often. You'll notice over here in the navigation bar, the new page shows up right here. So I can jump back and forth now between my home page and the next web page. So one of the things that you'll probably do with your wiki is add documents. So I'm going to add a document called Connectivism by George Seaman. Okay, I have my next web page set up here, and I want to add a document about connectivism by George Seaman. So again, I hit the edit button, and then I want this document right underneath the title. So it's going to be a file. I need to upload the file, and I put it in a folder on my desktop so it's easy to find under Digital Lit. There's the document. It's well within the 50 size. Click open. Let's wait till it finishes. Don't click it too soon. That's one mistake people make is that they try to insert it before it's really installed on the server. Okay, there it is. I click on it, and you'll notice that it's a grayed out window there. So make sure I click Save. Now you have to remember, I'm not putting the document, all the text on here. What I'm doing is I'm putting the document, a link to the document. So make sure that you label your documents, and then when somebody clicks on this, it'll open up the document. And what it's going to do is that it's going to let them save the document and then upload it. So you see down here, it downloaded the document, and then I could click on that and open the document. So the next thing that you'll probably want to be doing a lot of is creating links. So in the same page, I'm going to create a link to a resource called Us Digital Literacy. So I've got this sentence typed out, and I wanted to create a link on just this part of it, US Digital Literacy. So I highlight it, and then I click the link button. And since this is a web address, I can create a link to another page or another file. But remember, it's a web address. And since this is outside of this wiki, I want it to be in a new window. So I'll type the address in, click Add Link, and you can see here's the link. Make sure I save. And you'll notice that the arrow on here means that it's a link outside of this wiki. If I click on this, it goes to the web page. So that's how you create a link. And the link is outside the web page and open in a new window, so I can go back and forth here. So if I close this down, I don't close the wiki. Another thing that you'll probably want to be doing is adding a video, like a YouTube video. So this is a YouTube video about Web 3.0. Didn't want that. Let's bold that a little bit. And to do that, I'm going to use a widget. So I'm going to go over here and use a video widget, and there is one here for YouTube right here. So I'm going to come. So what I do is I'll have my YouTube open in another browser, in this case Firefox. And all I need to do is get the embed code. It says iframe with blah blah blah. And you can choose different things here. Show suggested videos. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to copy this. Go back over here to my other browser. Click on YouTube. Click paste. Click save. You can see the videos right here, and then I save this page in the wiki. You can see how easy it is to embed a YouTube video. Now the YouTube video will play right in your wiki. So now you know how to add a document, create a link, and add a video on your wiki and add a new page. So let's go back to the home page. Now what I want to do is make sure that you know how to create a link within the wiki. So what I can do is that I can create a link to the next web page inside another wiki page. So I turn on my editing again. Here's my home page. Put my cursor down here. So I'm going to make a link to that web page. So here's the text, next web page here. I think I want to bold that. Then click the link. Remember now I want to link it to a file. This is within the wiki. So the page name isn't next web page here, it's just next web. So here it is right here. So what I have to do is it'll automatically list all the pages and actually, all of the documents and pictures. I could link from one page to an image or a document. Click on that. It's not an anchor. I'll have to explain that later. Make sure I click save. Now if I click on here, it goes to the next web page. So that's a fancy way of linking from page to page within the wiki. You still have the navigation over here, and we'll have to do another tutorial on editing navigation. Because often what you want is that to link from one page to another page, but it not show up here in the navigation. So that's the basics, some of the basic editing techniques to use in the Wikispaces.